dirty deep state Mueller and Rosenstein try to get Manafort's case thrown out, they know it will end corrupt special counsel, by Jim Hoff for thegatewaypundit.com. President Trump's former campaign manager, Paul Manafort's filing of a suit against the deep state, DOJ, Rosenstein, and Mueller is now being contested by Mueller. No surprise, since Manafort's suit is likely to shut down Mueller's investigation. This needs to be moved up for the good of the country. Shut down the damn crooked Mueller investigation now. Former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort sued the DOJ, Robert Mueller, and Rod Rosenstein, and is demanding that the Mueller investigation be shut down. Now, Mueller wants Manafort's case thrown out. We have reported for months on the many criminal and corrupt actions taken by numerous parties related to the Mueller investigation. Mueller never should have taken on the job in the first place due to numerous conflicts. He is best friends with fired leaker and former FBI Director James Comey. He met with Comey shortly before Comey testified with Congress, and for this alone, he should have recused himself. The team Mueller built to attack President Trump and have him removed is all deep state attorneys and crooks. Mueller's record in the past is scattered with actions that let the Clintons off scot-free on numerous occasions when they should have been put in jail. You think? And he actually helped Comey out before he testified. Before Comey testified, Mueller had a talk with him how to handle it, and still Comey perjured himself. We now know that the FBI had an investigation into the Clintons and monies they received from Russia in return for giving Russia 20% of all the U.S. uranium, prior to the Obama administration approving the very controversial Uranium One deal in 2010, giving Russia 20% of America's uranium. The FBI had evidence that Russian nuclear industry officials were involved in bribery, kickbacks, extortion, and money laundering in order to benefit Vladimir Putin and Hillary Clinton's foundation. I might add that to the scenario. The FBI approved the deal anyway. You wonder why? Because they were paid off. We also know that Rosenstein and Mueller were the ones who allowed the uranium deal to go forward, because they were paid off. This was the real Russia collusion story involving the U.S. government. We now know that Mueller's team illegally obtained emails related to the Trump transition team, and these emails were protected under attorney-client privilege. That's right. Mueller and his entire team should have resigned after this, right? Don't you think? But no. But perhaps one of the most damning aspects of the Mueller investigation is that it was not legal. The corrupt Mueller investigation is tasked with finding a crime that does not exist in the law. It is a legal impossibility. Mueller is being asked to do something that is manifestly unattainable. Fox News analyst Greg Jarrett stated in an article a couple of months ago the fact that the entire Mueller investigation is lawless. Jarrett argued that shortly after the indictments against Papadopoulos and Manafort were unsealed, the media's spirits were suddenly boosted when the special counsel revealed that a former advisor to Trump pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI about his contacts with a Russian national during his time on the Trump campaign. Surely this was evidence of illegal collusion, right? Wrong. George Papadopoulos pled guilty to a single charge of making a false statement to the FBI. He was not charged with so-called collusion because no such crime exists in American statutory law, except in antitrust matters. It has no application to the elections and political campaigns. It is not a crime to talk to a Russian. Not that the media would ever understand that. They have never managed to point to a single statute that makes colluding with a foreign government in a political campaign a crime. Likely, because it does not exist in the criminal codes. Jarrett then turned his attention to corrupt Hillary. It is against the law for the Clinton campaign and the Democratic National Committee to funnel millions of dollars to a British spy and to Russian sources in order to obtain the infamous and discredited Trump dossier. The Federal Election Campaign Act 52 U.S.C. 30101 prohibits foreign nationals and governments from giving or receiving money in U.S. campaigns. It also prohibits the filing of false or misleading campaign reports to hide the true purpose of the money. 52 U.S.C. 30121. This is what Clinton and the DNC appear to have done. I should say have done. Most often, the penalty for violating this law is a fine, but in egregious cases like this one, criminal prosecutions have been sought and convictions obtained. In this sense, it could be said that Hillary Clinton is the one who was conspiring with the Russians by breaking campaign finance laws with impunity. So where's Jeff Sessions to prosecute the witch? But that's not all. Damning new evidence appears to show that Clinton used her office as Secretary of State to confer benefits to Russia in exchange for millions of dollars in donations to her foundation and cash to her husband. Secret recordings, intercepted emails, financial records, and eyewitness accounts allegedly show that Russian nuclear officials enriched the Clintons at the very time Hillary presided over a governing body which unanimously approved the sale of 1/5 of America's uranium supply to Russia. If this proves to be a corrupt pay-to-play scheme, it would constitute a myriad of crimes, including bribery, 18 U.S.C. 201-B, mail fraud, 18 U.S.C. 1341, and wire fraud, 18 U.S.C. 1343. It might also qualify for racketeering charges, 18 U.S.C. 1961 to 1968, if her foundation is determined to have been used as a criminal enterprise. You think? The U.S. statutory law is clear, and Jarrett points it out. He continued with the following: until now, no one had legal standing to argue in court that the appointment of Mueller was illegal. The criminal charges against Manafort and Papadopoulos change all that. The two defendants will be able to argue before a judge that Mueller's appointment by acting Attorney General Rod Rosenstein violated the special counsel law. As I pointed out in a column last May, the law 28 CFR 600 grants legal authority to appoint a special counsel to investigate crimes. Only crimes. He has limited jurisdiction. Yet, in his order appointing Mueller as special counsel, order number 3915-2017, Rosenstein directed him to investigate any links and / or coordination between the Russian government and individuals associated with the campaign of President Donald Trump. It fails to identify any specific crimes, likely because none are applicable. To put it plainly, Mueller is tasked with finding a crime that does not exist in the law. It is a legal impossibility. He is being asked to do something that is manifestly unattainable. Manafort sued the DOJ, Mueller, and Rosenstein because what they are doing is not supported by U.S. law. This is the biggest story of the day. Manafort is suing to have the Mueller investigation shut down. Manafort's case argues in paragraph 33 that the special counsel put in place by crooked Rosenstein gave crooked and criminal Mueller powers that are not permitted by law. That's what Gowdy was talking about, where Mueller, it was open-ended. That Mueller had the authority open-ended. Like, what are you talking about? It's not open-ended legally. There you have it. But paragraph APH of the appointment order purports to grant Mr. Mueller further authority to investigate and prosecute any matters that arose or may arise. That's what Gowdy was talking about, directly from the investigation. That grant of authority is not authorized by DOJ special counsel regulations. It is not a specific factual statement of the matter to be investigated, nor is it an ancillary power to address efforts to impede or obstruct investigations under 28 CFR 600.4a. Well, on February 3rd, 2018, Mueller quietly petitioned the court to throw out Manafort's case. Yeah, quietly. We really didn't hear much about that. But it has everything to do with everything. Corrupt Rod Rosenstein, noted recently as one individual who signed off on the FISA memos to spy on President Trump, came to corrupt bad cop Mueller's aid. In his civil lawsuit, Manafort's lawyers claim that Mueller overstepped his mandate to pursue any matters that arose or may arise directly from the investigation into Russian meddling in the 2016 election. Manafort claimed that Mueller's team improperly interpreted their authority as giving them carte blanche to pursue crimes beyond Russian collusion, which that's what Mueller did. But in the filing on Friday, prosecutors cited the December 13 congressional testimony of Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein, who oversees Mueller's work because Attorney General Jeff Sessions recused himself. I'm properly exercising my oversight responsibilities, and so I can assure you that the special counsel is conducting himself consistently with our understanding about the scope of his investigation, Rosenstein testified. Mueller's prosecutors attached a transcript of Rosenstein's testimony to the House Judiciary Committee. What an absolute crock. From the two most corrupt members of the deep state, Manafort's case shouldn't be thrown out. It should be moved up. The country's destiny depends on corrupt Mueller's investigation to be shut down and Mueller and his deep state cronies thrown in jail. If Manafort wins this case, which it appears, according to the law, he will, the entire Mueller investigation would be deemed illegal, which it is. It would have to be shut down, which it should be. The president's team should petition to move Manafort's case up to get this mess over with so we can begin using all our efforts to bring Mueller and the deep state to justice and to jail. Exactly. And really no coverage now of Manafort's case. That Manafort is suing him. Very slight, like you didn't get anything. In other words, with this case on Manafort, and then you go after them, after you throw out Manafort's case. And here Mueller wanted to get rid of it because he knows that it can take him down. You see? And Mueller did overstep his bounds, and Rosenstein is another rat. And he looks like a rat, too. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.